What up, all my fight fans? Now we had a little bit more time to digest UFC 300. There's a couple of things I want to talk about. One of them I want to talk about is Max Holloway and that crazy knockout that he had. Is that the greatest knockout in UFC history? My opinion, I say no. To me, the greatest knockout of all time with the story, like if we're going based on story, if we're going based on how the knockout took place, if we're going based on what was the knockout behind it, who the opponent was, if we're throwing all that in there, then I would say the greatest knockout would be Leon Edwards taking on Kamaru Usman. Now, when I say this, I am not taking away from Max Holloway. Max Holloway's knockout over Justin Gaethje was phenomenal. It was just the way it was set up, the way that last 10 seconds was, the way these guys were throwing at each other, the way even Justin Gaethje was knocked out. It was just all around a great knockout. But the story has to go to Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards going into that fight with Kamaru Usman, his first welterweight title shot. You know, he had tried to get fights multiple times, and unfortunately, he ended up having a fight with Tyron Woodley. But what ends up happening? Well, the world shuts down, COVID. So he could not fulfill with that fight. Then he gets lined up against Khamzat Chimaev, I think twice. Those fights end up falling through. Then he gets a fight with Belal Muhammad, and that fight ends up going into a no contest, I believe, or maybe a decision win to Leon Edwards because of an eye poke, even though the fight was still going his way. But still, he wasn't showing the fans that he deserves a title shot. And it wasn't necessarily his fault. It was just due to all this bad luck. Then he gets a fight with Nate Diaz and completely dominates Nate Diaz. But then what do we remember with that fight about Nate Diaz? We remember him almost knocking him out in that last round. And if that fight maybe would have went one more minute, he would have been probably stopped by Nate Diaz. But unfortunately, that's all that people remember about that fight, even though he won that fight crystal clear. While all this is happening, you got Kamaru Usman defeating everybody in the welterweight division, completely annihilating everybody, stopping and having great fights against Gilbert Burns, winning against Tyron Woodley, having trilogies or back-to-back fights with Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal, having that great knockout against Jorge Masvidal. I mean, he is becoming a star, and he's not only becoming a great welterweight, he's on the list of becoming even the best welterweight of all time, and he's pound for pound #1. So Kamaru Usman is literally on all cylinders. He's pretty much a star in the making right now. He's completely just skyrocketing into the sky. I mean, you could not say any more about Kamaru Usman. Finally, the fight gets announced. Leon Edwards finally gets a shot, and what ends up happening? Leon Edwards, unfortunately, just does not get off. He does not have a great night against Kamaru Usman so far. In the first 4 rounds, he's getting dominated, but the wrestling, he is not able to get, his punches are just not great, are not crisp. His takedown defense is not there. I mean, Kamaru Usman is able to do whatever he wants to him, whenever he wanted to him. And it was just going to go out the window. Everything that Leon Edwards worked hard for, everything he was trying to train for, pretty much was down to that last minute of the 5th round. And what ends up happening, Leon Edwards does a head kick knockout, and boom, you could not write a better story. You cannot write a better movie. All odds against Leon Edwards. Everybody picking against Leon Edwards. Nothing right on Leon Edwards. At least with Max Holloway, you know, he goes down to featherweight. He could potentially be a champion again, with Ilia Topuria being the champion holder. You know, he's already on that list of an all-time great. He's already on the list of an all-time badass. He's already on the list of being potentially one of the greatest featherweights of all time. With a potential loss to Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway wasn't going to lose anything. With the potential loss to Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards would have lost everything. Who knows if he would even gotten another title shot? But no, at the end of the day, he got it, and he became the champion, and he made his own star with that knockout, and now he is remembered. So that to me is the greatest knockout of all time. But guys, let me know in the comments of what you think is the greatest knockout of all time. Is it Leon Edwards or Kamaru Usman, or is it Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje? Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.